Hello, welcome to your December end of the year readings. This video will be split into two parts, a reflection and a forecast. The first part will be a reflection of 2016 and how it has impacted you as a whole, and the second part will be focusing on what is ahead for the month of December. Reflection is an important part of our lives because even in tarot, hindsight is always 2020. Actually, drawing a card in the morning and seeing how it played out by the end of the day can show how the card was relevant, but may have expressed itself in a different way than you had anticipated, which is a great tool, by the way, for learning tarot prediction and getting familiar with how many ways a single card can be read. Anyway, 2016 was the year of the Yang fire monkey, and I have my little friend here who visually represents that energy. Yang energy is masculine, it's outwardly extroverted, it's dynamic and bold. Fire energy is passionate and enterprising. So Yang fire is like the heat of the sun. It has lots of energy and it radiates to other people in forms of optimism, generosity, and warmth. Its popularity may have been a year for big personalities and or big egos to shine. So this year we would have seen things politically and socially to reflect this, and it would also have drawn out these characteristics in our personal lives as well. Monkey energy acts similarly to Yang fire. It is quick, clever, social, busy, cheerful, and playful, impulsive, and again, it's independent. I really wouldn't be surprised if many of you watching had taken up several new hobbies, several new studies, joined multiple social groups, made many new acquaintances, expanded your business in some way, broadened your talents and interests, or possibly moved, because Yang fire monkey doesn't sit still for long. And just like the monkey, you could have been bouncing around from one thing to the next with both of your hands in many pots at once. So for the moments of reflection reading, I am going to ask, what is the biggest lesson for you? What was the highlight? What was the biggest challenge? And how did you grow this year? And then finally, I'm going to ask, what lesson will you take with you into 2017? Hello, Sagittarius. For your 2016 reflection reading, I will be drawing cards from the Archangel Power Tarot deck. So as I shuffle your cards here, I'm going to be focusing on what was your biggest lesson, what the highlight was for your year, what was the biggest challenge, and how did you grow in 2016. And then the shadow card is going to show me the lesson that you will take with you into 2017. Sagittarius. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So the biggest lesson is the wheel. This is about completion and change and fortune, really. Biggest lesson for you, I feel like, was to be open to change, which I don't feel like that's normally a difficult thing for you to do, since you're generally go with the flow and can roll with the punches and all of those types of sayings as mutable fire energy. But I feel like there was like change on some grand scale here, movement forward, that was impactful for you. It changed the course of your 20. Something happened that changed the course of your year, where you may have started off the beginning of the year thinking it was going to go in a certain direction, and it completely changed. Okay, so we'll see what that is with the other cards, but I do also incorporate this with like a travel card or a relocation card, so some of you may have moved as well, and that was significant for you. So it says new beginnings, end of delays, a change in direction that offers happiness. Okay, that was your biggest lesson. It doesn't feel like it was a tough lesson, it just feels like it was different, a change. Okay, so not a major obstacle there, but the highlight was optimism, joy, happiness. I feel like there was a lot of little things to be really grateful for, just little things that popped up each month that really brought you some good. Let's see, how do I want to phrase this? I feel like that brought you happiness, that brought you joy. Okay, this is also messages, conversations. The biggest highlight for you, I feel like, was chatting, talking to friends, loved ones. Okay, this is a card of messages, receiving messages, and also sending them as well. Emails, texts, pictures, things like that. I feel like that was socializing was your biggest highlight. Okay, maybe you made some new friends with this change that was like really wonderful. New exciting people coming in here. So it says, follow your passion. You are ready for any challenge, opportunities for excitement and adventure. So I feel like some of you did actually move, and it was it was exciting and it was new and adventuresome. Okay, it brought out opportunities for you. There was something that arose that was a wonderful opportunity for you. Okay, biggest challenge, the world. Okay, this is a card of success and completion, yes, but I also feel like if it's paired with the wheel, big picture change, I feel like some of you went to an unfamiliar territory, unfamiliar place. The challenge was also the biggest highlight for you. I feel like this is pretty equally balanced. But yeah, the biggest challenge may have been letting go of something old, an old location, your old social circle. There was something that came to completion that was like hard for you to let go, because that was the challenge, was a culmination, the end chapter. Okay, so it says a very happy ending, coming full circle, spiritual growth and insight. Okay, also another thing that I wanted to mention was the world is this card is ruled by Saturn. Okay, Saturn gives us our challenges, but in the end, it's like when we meet those challenges, it gives us great success, great strength, great power. Okay, and I do feel like Saturn can also be limitations as well. So having to overcome major hurdles and challenges was a big challenge. Okay, something to do with work, Saturn, putting in the effort, the daily grind, that sort of thing. Okay, so how did you grow? The Ace of Cups, you opened up emotionally to somebody new, to something new. Okay, okay, it says a positive new emotional experience, fulfilling romantic relationships, deep and lasting spiritual insights. Okay, so I really am resonating with the last part, which is deep and profound spiritual insights, being open to spirit. Okay, so here we have the messages coming in. Here we have the psychic awareness. Okay, so something you could have deepened your practice to receive some sort of psychic spiritual impressions, messages. Could have been through meditation, could have been through like a channeling group or class or something to do with this spiritual messages. Also, just being more creative as well, just generally creative. And the growth here is on an emotional level as well. So this optimism that I'm seeing, just knowing that no matter what happens, no matter what changes, you can always pick and choose your attitude and how you feel about it. You can't always choose what happens to you, but you can choose how you respond. And that's healthy for you, for your emotional growth, for your emotional health. That's a good state to be in. But generally, I just see like something new coming in with feelings. It could have been a romance because the shadow card, and this could be relatively new, because this is the card that you're going to be bringing into the 2017 with you. So I take it that it's the end of the year and you have something new here. So it could be a new romance that you've just entered into, which is exciting. It says committed romantic relationships being swept off your feet, situations or topics that make your heart flutter. Okay, so this is the romantic, dramatic, poetic, introspective, but it's also the dreamer. Okay, so realizing your dreams and goals, okay, your visions for the future. Could be having like some sort of like psychic impressions or psychic visions, and it's a very powerful message from spirit. Also could just be a new person coming in, maybe someone that you realize that is interested in you and you've been interested in them. Okay, so it could be like a mutually receptive crush, for lack of a better word, or attraction, I think is what I want to say. So yes, this is what you're going to be bringing in. I see like fantasy, romance, things like that. Also, aren't some of you having a birthday? So maybe something that makes you very happy and emotionally fulfilled. Okay, so this is what I see for your 2016 reading. I got a lot of like big picture meanings with this. I didn't get any real specifics to draw out, but let's this deck is way more detailed, so it's going to tell me about your December month intuitive reading, and I'm using the Wheel of Change Tarot. I'm going to focus in on Sagittarius energy as I shuffle. Tell me about December, Sagittarius. Okay. So the center card is your focus, supporting energy, past, your thoughts, the future, shadow card. Okay. So the focus for the Four of Cups is the center card. Okay, so this is the theme for you for December. And this is a little bit of discontentment. I always see this as like the morning after the party. So again, I did mention that I thought some of you were having birthdays, right? So if you have a celebration, this is like the what now after sort of that high of all the attention, and then it's like back to normal, you know, whatever. Also for the holidays, it just looks like I was getting just a general sense of like there's a community that's gathering, and like these are all the dishes that are sitting left after the party, and it's just sort of like having to go back to work. Maybe you don't want to go back to work after Thanksgiving, or yeah, this is about seeking fulfillment, wanting to find something more fulfilling. Okay, finding some sort of answer to a question that you've had through meditation, through listening to source, through listening to spirit, your higher self, all of that. Because I do see some sort of discontentment. It's a heavy word to say emptiness, but that's what I'm getting as well. Some of you may be feeling a little bit hollow or empty after the big hoorah of either your birthday, Thanksgiving, or Christmas. And yeah, there could be a sense of maybe feeling a little bit lonely too after the guests leave. So that's what I'm feeling, is like needing to find some sort of higher fulfillment, okay? And not through the stuff around you, but through like a spiritual relationship, okay? So, okay, here's the hoorah that I was mentioning. So this is the foundation card. I see fireworks. I see a carnival ride. I see like all this activity and action going on, and it's exciting and it's like charismatic and just crazy, right? Lots of energy. There, I feel like this is the holidays, this is your birthday, this is everything. So I do feel like there is like a decompression after that, okay? So the foundation is excitement, really. Maybe too much going on. I feel like there's a lot of social engagements, okay? And this feels very different from this, which is like, yeah, like I said, it was like the morning after sort of thing. You have the Empress, okay? Birthdays, birth. The Empress gives birth. She is perpetually pregnant. She's constantly giving birth to projects, ideas, and people, right? So it's the mother energy, okay? You could have something in your recent past or the beginning of December with your mother, or you could be the mother or also the wife, right? The Empress is the wife. But I also see the birthday. I'm just getting that very strongly. There's like two very separate themes that I'm getting, like excitement and feeling celebrated for your birthday and feeling like you have been presented with all these beautiful gifts and you're adorned and you feel adored, and then it's like over. Okay, so then I see the Three of Cups, which is the celebration I was talking about. This is the morning after the party. So here's the party, then you have the Four of Cups, which is the next day. So there's like this continuation theme of like you're thinking about like the fun you've had, maybe reminiscing. This is a recent thing though. Joy, fulfillment, parties, celebrations, festivities, all of that is the Three of Cups. It's a party. So that's where your mind is at. That's where your thoughts are at. And maybe it's like you just don't want to go back to work. Okay. In the near future, I'm seeing an end. This card has been coming up quite a bit because it's the end of the year. Okay. But the Ten of Swords is like having to change the way you're thinking, okay? So here I see you thinking about the joy, the happiness, the wanting to continue to live in the fantasy of the celebration and wanting it to like continue that way. I see the Ten of Swords as like the harsh, stark reality of like having to get back to work. I'm seeing this theme come up again with the Hermit card. Okay, so the Hermit card is, someone who's kind of a loner, but in his aloneness, he gains all of this spiritual wisdom that most people don't take the time to nurture or to really realize or to embody. And he is listening to his old wise self. I also see like an older figure. Could be an older relative. I am seeing like the mother coming up because here's the tree. This person is leaning on the tree for support. And then you have the Empress, which is the mother, okay? And the old wise figure here, okay? So I am getting that. And I'm also seeing Jupiter in the background, which is about expansion. Expansion of your belly could actually be a pregnancy. Maybe some of you Sagittarians out there actually got pregnant recently. Okay, that would make sense in your other reading with the Knight of Cups and the Ace of Cups as well, like a new romance, but it could also be like a new child or something coming in here. But anyway, the Hermit card is the number 9 in the major arcana, which would also be the 9 months, so that makes sense. If you're not actually physically pregnant, you could just be expanding your creative abilities, like whatever project you've been working on that is your baby, so to speak. It's like you're making it bigger and you're seeing the success grow from that. Okay, and yeah, so there are several themes I'm seeing here. I'm seeing a little bit of like solitary energy after the party. I'm seeing using that to your benefit to really grow and work on your stuff. I'm seeing a pregnancy, I'm seeing a celebration, I'm seeing like having to go back to work and not really wanting to do that. So this is all like the themes that I'm picking up for December, and I hopefully that some of these will apply to most of you. So I wanted to pull a card on love from this beautiful Lover's Oracle deck for just a concise yet profound, simple message on love. This is it. Okay, it says, love is like a storm. It is fresh and cleansing. It is natural and essential. It is powerful and fulfilling, and nothing can get in its way. Ooh, that's intense. So here again we have the theme of love, of partnership, right? Of romance that I was seeing that would be carrying, like a new romance carrying on to 2017. I'm also seeing like the storm and the power, the intense power of Mother Nature. Mother Nature. I'm getting that theme again here. Okay. So some of you will be experiencing again pregnancy. Some of you may have some intense encounters as being a mother or with your mother. Yeah, there is definitely a heavy feeling of that. So okay. Love is like a storm. It is fresh and cleansing. It is natural and essential. It is powerful and fulfilling, and nothing can get in its way. Okay, Sagittarius, this was the reading for you for December and for the year of 2016. I want to wish you a happy solstice, a Merry Christmas, a happy Hanukkah. Whatever you celebrate, I wish you the best for the month ahead of December and the year to follow. Thank you so much for watching.